This video is for the mean absolute deviation notes. So in this first one, these are your steps for doing mean absolute deviation in the calculator. So we'll go ahead and work through this one. So here's your set of data, and it says calculate the mean absolute deviation of the following numbers. So what you want to do is go into Stat and Edit, and then in List 1, we're going to type in our set of data. Okay, so once you do that, we need to find the mean of L1, and we do that by hitting Stat, and then over to Calc, and then 1 for one variable stats. And then we're going to hit Enter 3 times, and then when you see this little X with a line over it, that is our mean. So our mean is 68. So once we've calculated the mean, we go back to our list, and then we're going to go up here where L2 is highlighted. And right there, where L2 is, we're going to hit Math, go over to Number, 1 for absolute value, and then do L1, so that's second one, minus our mean that we got, 68. And this calculates the distance from our data to the mean. So again, our mean was 68, so the distance from 68 to 62 is 6. The distance from 68 to 65 is 3. That's what we want, the distance from the mean. Now, once we've done that, we have to find the mean, or the average, of list 2. So we go Stat, Calc, 1. But right here where it says list 1, we need to hit second 2, and that's going to make it list 2. We want to calculate it for our second list. And then this line again, the X with the little line over it, 3.6 repeating, that would be our mean absolute deviation. Okay, so the next set of notes is this one, mean absolute deviation. Okay, so mean absolute deviation is a measure of variability or spread in a single number that is used to describe the spread of a set of data. One measure of variability is the mean absolute deviation. So the MAD is the mean of the distances between the data values and the mean of the data set. Okay, so we're going to find the mean and the mean absolute deviation. There we go. All right, so we go to list and we type our values in. And then we go to Stat, Calc, 1, make sure it says list 1, and then the X with the line over it. That is our mean. Then we go back to our list, and then we highlight where it says list 2, and then we go Math, over, 1 for absolute value, and then second one for list 1, minus our mean. So now we've got our distances, and then we go Stat, Calc, 1, and we've got to make sure that we change this to list 2. So my mean absolute deviation is 13.4. All right. So now I have a new data list. So I've got 15. All right, Stat, Calc, 1. Make sure this says list 1. And then the first number there, that is our mean. Go back to our list and highlight L2, Math, over, 1, list 1, minus my mean, and then Stat, Calc, 1, and then change that to list 2. And then the first number is our mean absolute deviation. Okay, our next data set. All right, so we put it into list 1. Stat, Calc, 1, make sure it says list 1, and I get 78 0.283 repeating. Math over 1. And type enough in there to get the point across. Change it to list 2. And I get 1.683 repeating. And then our final list. So our mean is 107. And my MAD is 3.3 repeating. So that's it for this video.